Hey, welcome to the next episode of the Prius Chat Show. And no, this isn't about the Toyota Crown, although it should be, but forgive me for going off topic. One of the things we wanted to do while we were in San Francisco was ride in Waymo because I've heard so much about it. And obviously, I'm super interested in advanced tech transportation, and autonomous vehicles certainly are part of that. And while I think a lot of the AV talk is just gibberish to pump up stock values or whatever, here's a company that is doing it. Now, whether they're making a profit on it or not, lots of people have different views. But it's there, and I'm here to tell you it works. In fact, it works really well. I don't know, I want to say we were shocked, but it's a very, very pleasant system. The app works smoothly. You call for a vehicle, it tells you exactly when the vehicle, or it tells you when the vehicle is going to be there. It tells you where it's going to pick you up. And you get in the vehicle and you go. There's no uncomfortable discussions with a human driver. There's no tipping. There's no anything else. There's no bad music. It's just a car. It's a nice car. You get in and it takes you where you need to go, and then it stops and you get out. I realize that's sort of a very simplistic way. You knew that beforehand, but it works. Now, I'm not super conversant with the technical aspects, but one of the things that completely blew me away is, number one, super busy time in San Francisco. The streets were packed with people and cars. And San Francisco, anyway, is a busy city. It's not an easy drive. And if you've never driven in San Francisco, you have to take my word for that. But take my word for that. These vehicles negotiated the streets flawlessly, and that's impressive. Unusual situations, people doing a Y-turn in the middle of an intersection, and the car it knows what to do. And unlike a car with a human driver, there's no hesitation when the computer thinks it's safe, the car goes. So in some ways, it's more efficient, dare I suggest, than a human driver. Because it's not held back with any sort of human second thoughts. Now, that may be a downside in some situations. I only rode in a Waymo 4 times, and you'll see at the end of the video, what those rides were and what they cost. But I got to tell you, super, super impressive experience. We loved it. It was riding in the robot, and we did it. 4 trips in it. We probably could have done more, but we had a car at our behest as well. So it was really not the point to ride it as much as possible, just to get a good feel for it. And I think the 4 rides that we had gave us a decent feel for it. One other thing I want to mention, interesting, and I don't want to get into this company versus that company, but having ridden in and or driven one company with so-called self-driving technology and seeing how their tech worked on the screen and how it identified objects and stuff, and then riding in the Waymo is light years past that other company. It's amazing. Now watch the detail on the screen here. You will see that this little screen, you think, oh, it's just an animated thing. No. It is actually what the vehicle is seeing. And you can see, for instance, as an electric muni bus comes around behind a building and appears, all of a sudden the computer details exactly what vehicle it is. Pedestrians walking on the road. Is there someone carrying a bag? Someone wearing a backpack? It shows that. In other words, it's seeing that. It's recognizing that for something, and it's drawing it as it actually appears. Now, again, I don't want to make this a this versus that thing, but I've been in the other company, and I can't tell you how many times a car was distinguished for a bus, or a dump truck was distinguished for a car, or a traffic cones were identified as something else. The Waymo vision system is amazing. I was just shocked. I mean, I stared at the screen on this one trip and just watched how detailed, then looked outside and said, yeah, that's exactly what it's seeing, what's there. The vision is incredible. Now, finally, to wrap it up, it's expensive. Now, I don't know what cab rides would have cost. Probably less, but maybe not much less. As I said, it was a very busy weekend in San Francisco, and no doubt it was hard to get around because of the extra traffic and all of the people in town. So I don't know how, but for me, it's expensive. We spent a lot of money on a few trips that were fairly short. I don't feel bad about it. I enjoyed them. It was a great time. But is that sustainable as a business? Are they making money on that, or are they losing money? Yep. Inquiring minds want to know. So that's it. Waymo, it works. It's real. And in its operating domain, it works really well. It does everything it says it can do. And that's it. That's all I have for you. That's a little insight into what it's like to be in a Waymo in San Francisco. Check out our upcoming episodes with more on the Toyota Crown and our trip to San Francisco. Until then, drive safe.